Thank you for joining us on the news updates on Enyimba TV. I am Mary Ihejirika. Abia Distribution Company has announced restoration of power supply following the resolution of technical issues with its gas supplier. In a statement issued to customers, the management expressed its satisfaction with the resolution, indicating that gas flow has commenced, enabling the company to restart turbine operations. The company thanked its customers for their patience and understanding during the downtime, emphasizing its commitment to providing reliable electricity service. As the gas supply resumes, the Abia Distribution Company is expected to minimize disruptions and ensure a smooth transition back to normal operations. Ahead of the local government elections scheduled for Saturday, November 2, 2024, political parties in Abia State have signed a peace accord committing to peaceful conduct throughout the electoral process. The peace accord ceremony, organized by the Abia State Independent Electoral Commission, (ABSEC), brought together representatives from 10 political parties in a show of unity and commitment to a fair election. During the event, ABSEC Chairman Professor George Chima underscored the importance of collaboration among all stakeholders to ensure a free, fair and credible election. Labour Party in Abia State is alleging significant electoral irregularities in the preparation of the upcoming local government elections, accusing the Abia State Independent Electoral Commission (ABSEC) of misconduct. At a press briefing, Honorable Prince G.O. Ndubeze, the acting Labour Party state chairman, claimed that ABSEC, led by Professor Chima George, is undermining a free and fair election by manipulating the list of cleared candidates, reportedly due to political pressure from an order from above. Honorable Ndubeze detailed how ABSEC initially published a list of Labour Party candidates on October 25, 2024, but then removed it shortly afterward. Ndubeze emphasized that the Labour Party will explore every available legal option to hold ABSEC accountable, insisting on due process to ensure a fair election. Nigeria Police Force Abia State Command has announced the arrest of several individuals suspected of involvement in criminal activities, including possession of illegal firearms. This information was disclosed by the Police Public Relations Officer, ASP Maureen Chinaka, during a press briefing held at the Police Command Headquarters in Umuahia. ASP Chinaka noted that the arrests were part of an intensified effort to curb criminal activities in the state, with a total of 110 male and 31 female suspects detained in recent operations. In connection with the recent murder of 78-year-old Mr. Jacob Udo and his wife, 73-year-old Mrs. Dorcas Jacob, in Itumbuzo, Bende local government area, the command has apprehended 3 suspects. ASP Chinaka revealed that the deceased mobile phone was recovered and 2 principal suspects connected to the incident are now in custody. Commissioner of Police in Abia State, CP Danladi Isa, has confirmed the deaths of one Victor Udensi, a Zenith Bank staff member from the Umuahia branch, along with 2 others in Umuahia. The CP disclosed this while parading some suspects at the police headquarters in Umuahia. He explained that Udensi had stopped at the EC Court axis of Olokoro in Umuahia South around 8 p.m. after the day's work, when he was accosted by 3 armed men operating in a keke. They attempted to force him into the boot of his car. However, Udensi resisted, and as he tried to escape, the assailant shot him in the back, leaving him in a pool of blood. The attackers then unsuccessfully tried to start his car and instead accosted another unsuspecting driver in a Camry. While fleeing towards Obakala, the gunmen encountered a keke they felt was obstructing their escape and fatally shot the driver. Federal government has issued a 9-month ultimatum to individuals that are keeping dollars outside the banking system. Briefing journalists after the National Economic Council NEC meeting in Abuja, the Finance Minister and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, said the government has unveiled a new policy for Nigerians to deposit dollar bills held outside the formal banking system without scrutiny. The minister assured that there will be no penalty, there will be no taxes, and there will be no questions. Presidency says the tax reform bill before the National Assembly is not targeted at the 19 northern states. The governors of the 19 northern states had rejected the bill, especially the proposed amendment to the distribution of value-added tax VAT to a derivation-based model. But in a statement, presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga said the new proposal, as enunciated in the bill, is designed to create a fairer system that will benefit all states. Onanuga, the special advisor on information and strategy to President Bola Tinubu, stated that the ongoing tax reform seeks to correct the inequity in the current derivation model as a basis for distributing VAT revenue. National Economic Council (NEC) is expressing reservations over the tax reform bill forwarded by President Bola Tinubu to the National Assembly. This was part of the resolution reached during the National Economic Council meeting chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. Briefing State House correspondent after the meeting, the governors through Seyi Makinde of Oyo State noted the need for sufficient alignment between and amongst the stakeholders for the proposed reforms. Anambra State Governor Professor Charles Soludo revealed that the Nigeria's highest economic advisory board recommended the inclusion of the Southeast and South-South in the construction of dams. Ministry of Water Resources had earlier identified 148 local government areas in the country spanning 31 states as high flood risk areas from April to November 2024. Nigeria Governors Forum is expressing empathy for Nigerians, acknowledging the severe economic challenges in the country while voicing optimism that President Bola Tinubu's reforms would soon yield positive results. Imo State Governor and Chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, Senator Hope Osadema, outlined the governor's position during a media briefing following the forum's meeting in Abuja. He also said that governors of the 36 states are committed to support efforts by the federal government to enhance local refining of petroleum products in the country. Governor Osadema added that the gathering was briefed by the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, and the Director General of the Department of Security Services on the state of the oil sector and security situations. The Senate has reconstituted its ad hoc committee to investigate alleged economic sabotage in the Nigerian petroleum industry, contrary to reports that some stakeholders were working to stop the oil probe. The upper chamber also communicated the decision to reconstitute to the House of Representatives with a view to conducting a more holistic investigation that will sanitize the petroleum industry. The Nigerian Senate announced these decisions at the plenary after the leader of the Senate, chairman of the ad hoc committee, Senator Obeyemi Bamidele, sponsored a motion on the need for the two chambers to jointly conduct the oil probe. In his motion at the plenary, Senator Bamidele observed that the House of Representatives had debated on the same subject and also constituted its ad hoc committee to investigate it. Rivers State government has debunked a social media report that Governor Siminalayi Fubara showed that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, and other oil companies in the state. In a statement signed by the Commissioner for Information and Communications, Warisinibo Joe Johnson, the Rivers government said the report is not only false, but a concocted propaganda. He added that Governor Siminalayi Fubara is committed to the rule of law and does not rely on unconventional and crude approaches to respond to matters of governance. House of Representatives has resolved to carry out comprehensive audit and oversight of all loans obtained by the federal and state governments since 1999 to ascertain the impact of such burden on Nigerians. This resolution followed a motion on notice sponsored by Rep. Lanre Okunola on the need to ensure proper public debt oversight on the federal and state government loans and the proper utilization of all borrowed funds. Okunola said data of Nigeria's public debt profile, including external and domestic debt, show that public debt in the country has grown significantly over the years. The Lagos lawmaker further said Nigeria spent more on debt services and repayment of loans, leading to inefficiencies in government finances. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, says it has recovered over 248 billion naira in the last year. The Commission's Director of Public Affairs, Wilson Wajirin, made this known when he gave an update on the achievement of the anti-graft agency so far. He also announced a successful prosecution of 4 former governors and 2 former ministers over the past 12 months. The spokesperson of the anti-graft agency also revealed that EFCC is investigating some bank executives for various offenses and has submitted its preliminary report on the investigation of the former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Betta Edu, to President Bola Tinubu. Court of Appeal Abuja Division has reserved judgment in an appeal instituted by the indigenous people of Biafra challenging its proscription as a terrorist organization by the federal government. IPOB in its appeal is praying the appellate court to nullify in its entirety the ruling of the late former Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice Abdul Kafarati, which on September 15, 2017, outlawed its activities in Nigeria. The trial court prescribed IPOB following an expert motion filed by the immediate past Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami San, on behalf of the federal government. A 3-man panel of the court led by Justice Hama Baka adjourned the matter for judgment after the federal government and IPOB, through their respective lawyers, adopted their final briefs of argument. You're watching Enyimba TV News. After the short break, the news continues. In addition to business and sports update, please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and thanks for staying tuned. On business, Dangote Petroleum Refinery says it is misleading to suggest that the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, are experiencing difficulties loading refined products from its refinery. The company's statement, signed by its Group Chief Branding and Communications Officer Anthony Chejina, was in response to a claim by IPMAN that its members can load petrol from the Dangote refinery in Lagos despite having paid 40 billion naira to the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL. However, the Dangote refinery in a statement clarified that it has not received any payment from IPMAN to purchase refined petroleum products. It added that in the same vein, NNPCL has neither approved nor authorized the company to release premium motor spirits PMS to IPMAN. On sports, interim coach of the Super Eagles, Augustine Iwuanyawu, has lauded the technical ability of the invited home-based Eagles ahead of next month's 2025 CHAN qualifiers against Ghana. Iwuanyawu stated this after the team completed their first training session at the FIFA Goal Project pitch in Abuja. Recall that Ghana will host Nigeria in the first leg between 20th and 22nd December 2024, while the return leg will hold in Nigeria a week later. The winner over 2 legs will earn a slot at the CHAN 2025, which will be co-hosted by Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. Iwuanyawu stated that he is impressed with the technical qualities of the players. The CHAN is set aside for footballers plying their trade in their country's domestic league. The commendation service for the late Chief Emmanuel Chukwemeka Iwuanyawu is taking place at Cathedral Church of Transfiguration of Our Lord, Katol, Owerri, where attendees have gathered to offer their condolences to his family. Present are Imo Governor Hope Uzodinma with First Lady Barrister Chioma Uzodinma, as well as members of his cabinet and service commanders. The late business mogul was first received at the government house by Governor Uzodinma at 7 a.m. The corpse was moved to his hometown at Ikedru, where a funeral service will hold at the Cathedral Church of St. Matthew at Ikedru before being committed to Mother Earth at his compound. And that's a package of the news for now. Please join us for more updates in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Click on the notification bell to receive alerts when new videos are uploaded. Thank you for watching. On behalf of the production team, I am Mary Ihejirika. Do enjoy the rest of your day.